We'll give people 1 more minute and then we'll get started. If you don't have any props at home, but you tend to be a little bit tighter, I recommend grabbing some pillows. I'll give you some options to use them, or if you want to grab a blanket as well, or a towel. You can use it kind of any of these things as a prop. We're going to do a little bit of movement, a little bit of mobility work, a couple standing poses, and then we're going to really relax and wind down for a big chunk of it.
Awesome.
Did anyone do anything fun today?
I went on a walk. It's so nice outside.
It is beautiful out. Well, cool. Okay, we'll get started. So if you're not already on mute, I do recommend being on mute, because then I will be the full screen for everyone instead of you. And we'll start on our mat. Tonight's practice, we're going to focus on both the hips and the shoulders and kind of everything in between. So we'll start in a child's pose. So big toes touch, hips open wide, and then I want you to walk your arms forward. And then if you can, just relax your head down. And we'll just pause here for a moment, just dropping the hips towards the heels and breathing. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth. Deep breath in. Exhale. 2 more big breaths like this. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Start to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Finding a slight constriction in the back of the throat, almost like you're finding ocean waves in and out. Now tonight's class is going to be a little bit more restorative, so we're going to take our time here and really warm up the body. So walk your fingertips forward ever so slightly and start to press down through your palms. As you press down through your palms, can you lengthen through your arms to press your hips back towards your heel just a little bit more? Awesome. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your fingertips over to the right side of your mat and extend your left arm long. While you're here, press your left hip back and feel this expansion in your whole side body. So you should feel this everything from your hips to your fingertips. Just breathing. Nice deep breath in. Full breath out. Starting to unwind from our day, our week, maybe our month. And just deepening our breath. Bring your fingertips all the way back through center, and we'll walk all the way over to the left side of the mat. Extend the right arm long, press with the hands, press the right hip back, and feel your right body extend. Feel this expansion in your side body and breathe. Awesome. Bring your fingertips back through center. Press into your hands. Let's press up to a tabletop position. So shoulders stack over the wrists, hips over the knees. Toes are untucked, tops of the feet press in. And we'll start with just some cat and cows. So drop your belly, scoop your heart forward, gaze up at the sky. Exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin to the chest, push the floor away, cat. Inhale, drop the belly, gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Start to make this movement your own. Maybe you want to sway side to side as you come forward and back. Maybe you want to bend deep into the elbows, starting to get some nice big barrel rolls. Finding whatever movement feels comfortable in your body right here, right now. Just starting to deepen your breath and starting to connect your breath with your movement. Finding each exhale as you empty out, you push. And as you inhale, you expand. 2 more full rounds here. Come back through a neutral spine, chin away from your chest, gazing down. We'll start by taking the left toes back behind us. Press the heel back, feel the stretch, and then realign your wrists so your shoulders are right underneath your wrists. Narrow between your ribs and your hips, so you're starting to feel your core here. Continue to gaze down, and then we're going to think about finding some straight lines here. So pull your head up and bring your skull and your scapula, so the back of your head, the back of your shoulder blades, in one straight line, and then keeping your pelvis neutral. So we're finding 3 S's: skull, scapula, sacrum, so our tailbone, and we're going to try to keep them in one straight line. Push the floor away. Use your left glute. Can you hover your left leg? Toes still point down towards the ground. Breathe. Continue to press equally between both hands. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Push the floor away just a little bit more. Exhale. Now working on our balance here. Pause here, or can you take your right arm and reach it forward? Breathe, press with the heel, reach with the fingertips. Find some balance here. Can you lengthen through your back? Keep your chin lifted. Gaze is down at the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Awesome. Release your right hand, release your left knee, and just sway your hips from side to side for a moment. And then restack your joints. Press down through your hands. Press your right heel back this time. Push through the floor. Pull the chin up. Skull, scapula, sacrum, one straight line. Breathe. Really press through the heel. You should feel your calf, maybe your hamstring, your heel, everything activated. Awesome. Use your right glute. Hover your right leg. Narrow between your ribs and your hips. Level out through your hips. Level out through your spine. Awesome. Core active here. Gaze is down. Lift your chin up. Awesome. Reach your left arm forward. Keep your balance. Narrow between your ribs and your hips. Your core is engaged here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Really press through that heel. Inhale. Exhale. Release. Awesome. One more sway from side to side. Great job. Let's tuck our toes under and then lift your hips high, downward facing dog. First down dog of the day. Begin to bend left and right. Warm and wake up your hamstrings. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Finding whatever movement feels good for you right here, right now. So maybe you want to drop the heels from side to side or wag the hips. Just finding some nice big movements. I don't know about you, but I've been sitting all day long, so it's nice just to move a little bit. Awesome. Then while you're here, bend your knees a lot and really press your chest up towards the sky. Press your chest back towards your thighs and then tilt your sits bones up. Awesome. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Walk your hands all the way towards the back of your mat. Coming to a nice big forward fold. Bend your knees and reach for opposite elbows. Just hanging out here for a moment. Maybe you'll start to sway from side to side, finding this nice big forward fold. Come back through center. Release your hands down. Bend your knees a lot. Bring your left hand firmly planted onto the ground. Take your right arm and reach it up towards the sky, finding a nice big twist. Start by taking your gaze up towards your right thumb. And then while you're here, take your gaze down. And then can you drop your ear, getting a little bit of a head release, a little bit of a neck release. Continue to pull the left hip back, right hip forward, keeping your pelvis neutral. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your right hand back down. Bend into your knees a lot so you can bring that hand all the way down. Reach your left arm up. Gaze follows the hand to start. Then gaze down. Drop the ear. Pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Hips are square. Breathe in. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Release your hands back down to the ground. Plant your hands into your shins. Inhale. Lengthen your spine halfway. Exhale. Fold. Full body stretch. Reach for the sky. Awesome. Grab onto your right wrist and begin to lean over to the left. Inhale. Come back through center. Exhale, grab onto your left wrist, lean over to the right. Inhale, come through center, reach up. Exhale, fold all the way down. Half lift, lengthen through your spine. Plant your hands, walk forward, plank pose. Breathe, pause here for a moment, then lower to the knees. Shoulders stay over the wrist, bend the elbows lower all the way down to the ground. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra, draw your shoulder blades back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. One more cobra lift. Lower all the way down, press back, downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees, step forward, this time forward fold. Half lift, lengthen. Fold, exhale. Full body stretch, reach for the sky. Right away this time, fold. Hands plant down, half lift. Hands plant down, step your right toes back, drop down to your knee, untuck your back toes, rise up, low lunge. Pull your hips back. So find a tall spine here. Pulling up and out of that hip. Find your skull, your scapula, your sacrum. So your spine nice and long, your whole body nice and long. Arms reach up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Really narrow between the ribs and the hips. So your right glute is engaged, but also your core is engaged here. Awesome. Inhale, reach the hands up just a little bit more. Exhale, hands plant down, tuck the back toes under, step back, plank pose. Right away, lower the knees, lower the chest. Rise up, cobra. Press back, down dog. Awesome, inhale. Exhale. Right foot steps forward, lower the knees, lower the toes. Rise up, low lunge once again. Pull back. Think about finding your spine and your fingertips as tall as you can here. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. Reach up. Hands plant down. Tuck your back toes under. Step forward, forward, fold. Half lift. Fold. Full body stretch. Reach up. Awesome. Fold. Half lift. Plant your hand, step your left foot back this time. Drop the knee, untuck the toes, rise up, low lunge once again. This time we'll find just a little bit more quickly movement. Hands plant down, tuck your back toes under, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees, lower the chest, slow and control. Lift up, cobra. Press back, down dog. Awesome. Left toe step forward, lower the knee, lower the toes, rise up, low lunge. So while we're here, we're just warming up the muscles a little bit so we can get nice and deep into them. Hands plant down, tuck your back toes under, step forward, forward, fold. Half lift. Fold. Full body stretch. We'll do this twice more, slow and control. Trying to deepen our breath as much as possible. Fold. Lift. Right foot steps back, low lunge. This time lower the knee, keep the toes tucked under, rise up. Awesome. Grab onto your right wrist with your left fingertips. Reach with the right arm nice and tall. Keep your hips level. Start to bend a little bit over to the left. Breathe in to lengthen. Exhale, begin to bend. Awesome. So your lower body stays still. We're just moving the spine. Awesome. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale to bend just a little bit more. Inhale, arms reach up. Hands plant down, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees, lower the chest. Rise up, cobra. Press back, down dog. Awesome. Right toe step forward. Low lunge, lower the knees, keep the toes tucked under, rise up. Finding this tall spine here, lengthen through your spine, grab onto your left wrist, reach. And then begin to bend. Awesome. Elbows or biceps stay back by your ears. Lengthen through your left side body. Lengthen through your right side body as you bend just a little bit deeper. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale, hands plant down, tuck your back toes under, step forward, forward, fold. Half lift. Fold. Full body stretch. Last big section of movement here, you got it, fold. Half lift. Left toe step back, lower the knee. Keep the toes tucked under, rise up. This time, bring your hands back behind you. Interlace your fingers, but keep your palms open and press your fingertips, so kind of your knuckles, into your low back. And then press your tailbone down with your hands. So you're kind of finding this push-pull effect with your glutes. So you're pressing a little bit down onto your glutes, but your glutes are rising to the challenge. Puff through the chest, and then draw the shoulder blades onto the back, but you're still finding this tall spine. Skull, scapula, sacrum, one straight line. Breathe in. Breathe out. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Release your hands, reach up. Hands plant down, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees, lower the chest. Cobra. Down dog. One more side, you got it. Left toe step forward. Lower the knee, keep the toes tucked under, rise up. Hands come behind, tall spine, opposite thumb on top this time. Interlace your hands, keep your palms apart, elbows bend. Press your knuckles into your low back. Awesome. Into your sits bones, into your sacrum. Breathe in to lengthen. Exhale, draw the shoulder blades back. Can you open through your chest? Awesome. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more big breaths. Last one. Inhale. Exhale, release your hands down, step forward, forward, fold. Half lift. Fold. Full body stretch, reach up. Awesome, let's take a couple more rounds here, or this time we'll add on a little bit more. Fold. Half lift. Plant your hands, step your left foot back, lower the knees, lower the toes, but keep your hands on the ground here. Bring your left hand firmly planted onto the ground. Bring your right thumb to your right hip, and then think about pulling your hip back slightly so your hips are still squared. While you're here, start to take your shoulder open up towards the side. Awesome. Draw the shoulder blades onto the back. Pull your neck back, so skull, scapula, sacrum, still one straight line. If this feels okay, you can stay right here, or take your right hand up towards the sky. Now, with your right hand up towards the sky, or your hand, or it's still the thumb hooking the hip, drop your ear. Awesome. Get a nice big stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your hand back to your hip if it was lifted. Start to shift some weight into your left shoulder, into your left palm. We're going to take the left toes and we're going to kind of dial them to the side. And then we're going to take the right leg back behind us. So we're coming to a modified side plank. Awesome. Holding here. Can you bring your right foot all the way down to the ground and then press through the knife edge of your foot and then turn your left toes so they're right behind you. So your knee is kind of at a 90-degree angle to your mat. Now, use your core. Come up to your left fingertips. Awesome. Use your core still. Come all the way up. So we're kind of in this modified, what they call gate pose. But our left knee is down. Our right leg is nice and straight. Awesome. Take your right hand down to your thigh. Reach your left arm up and over. Find a little bit of a side bend. Take your gaze to your right toes. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Can you bend a little bit more to the right? Awesome. Inhale. Come back through center. We'll bring the left hand back down and then take the right arm, sweep it over your ear and start to open through your chest. Can you take your gaze up towards the sky? Start to open through your ribs. Getting a little bit of a back bend here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down. Bring your left foot back in, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees, lower the chest. Lift up, cobra, inhale. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale. Open your mouth. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Walk your hands all the way back towards your toes so you're at the back of your mat once again. And bend your knees a lot for a forward fold. We're going to take our fingertips and we're going to walk them over to the right. And I want you to pick up your heels and rotate on the balls of your feet. So you're coming to this fold at the back of your mat, but your legs are twisted. So right leg is in front, left leg is in back. And then just start to hinge forward slightly. If you can't quite catch your hands on the ground, you can bring your hands to your hips. But shift some weight into that right leg. You'll feel this nice big stretch in the outside of your left leg. Awesome. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Shift your weight into your right foot. Bring your hands to your hips. Slowly lift your chest. As you do so, lift your left leg with you. So one-legged standing. If you're on carpet, you'll notice it's a little bit different than if you're in hardwood floor. So you're facing the back of your mat. Your left leg is lifted. You're standing up as tall as you can. Skull, scapula, sacrum, one straight line. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, release your foot down. Inhale, rise, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift, lengthen. Plant your hands down. Step your right toes back. Lower the knee, lower the toes. Keep the hands down. Now we're on the opposite side. Right hand presses down into the ground. Take your left thumb to your hip and hook your hip back. Awesome. So you're squaring your hips. Your pelvis is neutral. Now start to open your chest towards your left leg. Breathe, pausing here for a moment. You can stay right here or take that hand up towards the sky. Start by taking the gaze up and then take the gaze down and drop the ear so you can get a little bit of a neck release. Awesome. Breathe. Think about opening through your chest. Continue to press down through that right hand. Deep breaths in. Deep breaths out. Bring your hand back to your hip. Shift some weight into that right hand. Bring your left leg back behind you. Awesome. Modified side plank pause. Hold here. Breathe. Find your balance. Bring your right toe or your left toes down. Press to the outside edge of your foot. Dial that right foot back behind you. Come to the right fingertips. And use your core. Lift all the way up. Awesome. Arms outstretched. Left hand comes down the leg, right arm reaches up and over, get a nice big side bend. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. 1 more. Awesome, come all the way back through center. Bring your right hand back down and then reach your left arm up and over. Maybe you'll pause here or you start to take the chest up towards the sky. Maybe take the gaze up. Breathe. Find a little bit of a back bend. Awesome. Hand plants down. Turn your right leg back in. Step back plank. Lower the knees. Lower the chest. Lift up cobra. Press back down dog. 3 big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more. Exhale. Walk your hands back towards your feet once again. So now we're at where the top of the mat is. Just hang out here in this forward fold for a moment. Bend your knees a lot. And then bring your fingertips over to the left. Pivot your heels so you're coming to that twisted forward fold once again and pause. Awesome. Again, hands can come to the hips if you can't quite reach the ground. And if that feels a little bit more comfortable, breathe. Feel the outside stretch of the right leg. Can you shift your weight forward into your left leg? Deep breaths. Awesome. Bring your hands to your hips, shift your weight into your left leg, rise up, right leg lifts.
Awesome. Breathe. Pause here for a moment. Stand up tall. Try to bring your thigh parallel to the ground. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Release the foot down. Shake out your leg. Shake out your arm. Awesome. Great job. We'll take one sun salutation here to wash it all away. Reach up. Fold forward. Half lift. Hands plant down, step back, plank pose. Lower the knees, lower the chest. Lift up, cobra. Press back, down dog. 3 big breaths here. Inhale. Open your mouth. Inhale. Open your mouth. One more big breath in. Big breath out. We'll do one more flow here, then we'll really start to come down to the mat and stretch really nice. So let's take the right foot and step it forward to one more low lunge. Drop down to the knee. We'll take another twist. Left hand plants down, right arm reaches towards the sky. Awesome. Draw your right hip back, lengthen through your chest, drop your ear. Awesome. Breathe. Deep breaths in. Deep breaths out. Awesome. Hand comes back to your hip. Pull your hip back for a moment. Shift your weight into your left hand. Bring the right leg back behind. Last little side plank here. Awesome. Bring the right foot all the way down. Dial the left leg. And then once again, use your core to come all the way up to your gate pose. Nice big stretch. Right hand comes down. Left arm reaches up. This time we'll find some more movement. Come back through center. Inhale. Exhale. Left hand comes down. Right arm reaches over your ear. Come through center. All the way down the leg. Center. And then all the way to the front. One more. Center. And then to the front. Come back through center, and then this time we're going to bring our hands out in front of us. And then while you're here, you can stay right here if that feels comfortable. So you're in kind of like an awkward tabletop with your right leg out. Take your hips back towards your heels if you can. Keep the knife edge of the right foot pressing down into the ground, and you'll notice a nice big stretch in your legs. Now you can stay right here. Maybe you can come down to the forearms, or maybe you can come all the way down to the ground. It depends on how flexible you are. This is our modified child's pose. Breathe in. Breathe out. It's okay for your hips to be lifted up off your heel as well. Awesome. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. While you're here, press into your hands. Press yourself back up. Walk your fingertips forward. We'll come right away back to our plank pose. Option here to press right back to your down dog or to take a vinyasa as you shift forward and lower. Lift up. Press back. Awesome. One more side. You got it. Left leg steps forward. Drop down to the knee, untuck the toes. While you're here, right hand plants down, lift your left arm high. Awesome, drop your ear and breathe. Awesome, bring your hand to your hip, hook that hip back. Pause here, shift your weight into your right hand, extend the left leg back behind you. Pause here for one more moment. The left foot comes to the outside, you bring it all the way down to the ground, press to the outside edge, dial your right knee, rise up. Finding this movement, hand comes down, reach up and over your leg, through center and then over the ear. Slow and control. Finding purposeful movement as we breathe in and out. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Come back through center. Hands come down. Keep the knife edge of that left foot pressing down. Can you press your hips back? Awesome. Breathe. Maybe you walk the hands forward. Maybe you bring the forehead down. Or you stay right here. Deep breaths. Awesome. Walk your hands up. Press into your hands. Press your hips up. Walk back to the front of your mat. Step back plank pose. Press back down dog or take a chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. 3 big breaths. Inhale. Open the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Awesome. Shift forward to your plank pose. Let's lower all the way down to our belly. We'll start with a parachuter. So walk your arms out as wide as you can. And then walk your feet as wide as your mat. If you don't have a mat, that's okay. You can open them just wider than your hips and make sure that there's nothing in your way. Bring your chin to the ground. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, lift everything up off the ground. Exhale, lower down. Flow and control. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. I almost think about this as a marionette doll as you lift and lower. Depending on how old you are, lift and lower. You might remember the in-sync marionette dolls. That's what I think about every time we do this pose. We'll do 3 more. Here for 3. Awesome job. 2. Awesome. Last one. Awesome. Lower down. We'll come to our Sphinx pose. So bring your arms underneath you. So shoulders right over your elbows. Hands are parallel to the sides of your mat, and then spread your fingertips nice and wide. Toes are untucked, but I want you to think about pressing your pelvis down. As you do so, a little part of your belly lifts, and then gaze directly forward so your chin is parallel to the ground. This is more of a passive back bend. If you sit all day or if we ever travel on airplanes again, who knows, where you're kind of in this scrunched up state, this is a great pose to do for a minute, 30 seconds, ideally 5 minutes every day. It helps kind of take you from this rounded state, where we're sitting on our laptops or looking at our phones, to kind of having a little bit more of a lifted chest. It seems a little bit more restorative, but it does a lot for strengthening the back. Now you have the option to stay right here if this feels comfortable. If you want a little bit more, we'll open up the hands a little bit wider. Again, wider than the mat or wider than your shoulders. And then press the pelvic bone down. So press your hips down into the ground. Lift your belly. And then maybe you lift your hands. Now, if you feel any pinching pain, I want you to drop yourself back into your Sphinx pose. This is our seal. Options here now. Lift the gaze. Maybe you gaze where the wall and the ceiling meet. If this still feels okay, press into the hands more. Maybe you start to take the gaze up, and then you'll find this opening in your throat. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Lower back down to your elbows. Let's lower all the way down to the ground. We're going to bring our hands one on top of the other, and they're like a pillow, so your forehead is resting down. So we're just laying here for a moment, and just feel your body as it breathes. As you inhale, feel your rib cage expand on your back. As you exhale, feel everything kind of sink into the mat. Just taking a moment of pause in our practice. Acknowledging all the hard work we've done today, whether it was here on the mat or outside. And now start to bend the right knee and bring the right knee out towards the side. So you're if you're laying on the ground, your knee's out like this. And then try to bring the knee in line with the hip. And then the hip and the ankle, or the knee and the ankle also in one straight line. So you're kind of finding more of a passive hip opener. And then try to square your hips to the ground. So you may walk your knee out just a little bit more. If you feel any pain or pressure here in your knee, you can take a pillow or a blanket and place it underneath it just to give you a little bit of extra support, a little bit extra comfort, and just relax. Nice deep breaths in, deep breaths out. Release your head from your hands and then slowly press yourself up with your right hand, just slightly, just enough so you can bring your left arm underneath. And then relax your head back down. So everything's pointing towards the right side of your mat or the right side of the room, and we're just relaxing. If it's too much pressure here on your neck, you can always bring your chin down as well to gaze directly down at the mat. Just breathe. Bring your right hand below your left arm. And now start to gaze up over your right shoulder. As you do this, the right knee draws in, so we're just starting to open our chest. Keeping the left palm down, start to take your right arm all the way across your body like a nice big twist, almost like you're on a journey. It's okay for the right shoulder to stay lifted. It's okay for the right knee to pop open, and just pause here for a moment. Now, I'm not there to adjust you, but if you want a little extra here, bring your right hand to your right hip, and then press your hip towards the back of your mat. So you're finding a little bit more length in your side body. As you do this, take your left hand to your right knee and just give yourself just a little bit of pressure. So with the right hand, you press the hip back towards the heel. And with the right knee, you're just pressing it down to the ground. You should feel a nice big stretch. If you feel any pinching pain here, you just want to back off and just come to your regular twist. This is just a little self-adjustment. Awesome. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. Let's roll back onto our belly and release our left arm. We'll switch sides. Now, while you're here, take your left knee out to the side. Hands come back to a pillow. And just pause here for a moment. Feeling this passive hip stretch, maybe you walk the left knee forward. Flex your toes and just breathe. Deep breaths. Prop yourself up with your left arm. Thread your right arm underneath and relax onto your shoulder. Start to deepen your breath. Bring your left hand to your hip. Take your gaze up. Maybe you pause here or take the arm all the way over. Again, if you want those self-adjustments, left hand's going to come back to your hip. Press your left hip back and kind of towards your heel. And then right hand comes to the left knee just for a little bit more of a twist. Any pinching pain, you want to back off here. See if you can relax that left shoulder. Awesome. And then let's unwind ourselves. Come back to your belly. Release your arm. And then press yourself up to a seat. Awesome. We're going to bring the right leg kind of right in front of us. So the heel is close to the left glute. And then we're going to try to bring the left leg up and over. So you're coming to kind of this crisscross position. If this is too much on your right leg or your right hip, you can always extend the leg out as well. You'll get the same effect. We'll start with just a little bit more spine stretch. Inhale, arms reach up. Drop your left hand down, reach up and over to the right, or to the left. Inhale, come back through center, and let's come all the way over to the right. Kind of that same move that we did in that last gate pose. We're just moving from side to side. And I'm now realizing that the shirt color I chose blends in with these walls. My apologies. Awesome. One more each side. Come back through center, reach out. Let's twist over to the left. Right hand comes to the left knee, left hand comes behind. Sit up tall. Start by taking your gaze over your left shoulder and find a little bit more twist. Then take your gaze forward. Now, while you're here, can you work the left hand back just a little bit more to get a little bit more space? And breathe. Awesome. Come back through center and let's switch sides. So left leg down, right leg up and over. Try to bring the knees together. Again, you can extend that leg out. And let's find some movement. So right hand down, reach up and over to the right. Come back through center and then over to the left. Slow and control. Just moving from side to side. You got it. One more each side. Come back through center, reach up. Twist over to the right. Lengthen through your spine. Take your gaze over your right shoulder to start, and then take the gaze forward. Walk the right shoulder back just a little bit more. Awesome, then let's twist back through center, bring your feet onto the ground, and then let's roll all the way down onto the ground while we're here. Walk your heels in towards your sits bones, and then draw the right knee into the chest, into the shoulder, flex your toes. Pause here for a moment, start to draw the knee up and into your shoulder and breathe. Awesome. While you're here, you can stay right here or bring the right ankle to the left knee. Pause here if you have some tight hips and you just want to stay here for a figure four pose, or start to draw the left knee in. Left hand comes back behind the left thigh. You're going to bring your right elbow to the inside of your right knee, so right where the knee joint bends. And then there's a little bone there, and I want you to pull it towards the right side of the room. So instead of just pulling your legs in, keep the tailbone down as you open to the right with the hip. Deep breaths. Awesome. And let's switch sides. Bring the right foot down, draw the left knee into the chest, into the shoulder. Give it a little bit of a squeeze. Bring your left ankle to your right knee. You can stay right here for figure four pose or draw the leg in. Right hand comes back behind, elbow comes to the inside of that left knee and open to the left.
Awesome. Then release your legs, draw your knees into your chest for a nice big hug. We'll take one more pose today. We'll take Supta Baddha Konasana. So bring the soles of the feet to the ground and then bring the soles of the feet together. So your hips are open nice and wide. Bring your hands either to your hips and maybe you just want to rock your hips from side to side for a moment. Maybe then bring your hands to your belly. Draw one shoulder, then the other underneath you to open through your chest. And just start to soften your gaze. Maybe you close your eyes. And just pause for a moment. Allowing your hips to open and relax. When you're ready, you can stay right here or extend your legs, extend your arms. Shavasana. Our final resting pose. One with one more big breath here. Inhale. Open the mouth. Relax. Release. Let go. Let your body be heavy. Let your mind be quiet as you pause here for a moment. Start to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and your toes, your head and your neck, whatever you need to do to wake yourself up. And then when you're ready, bend your knees and press yourself over to a side, using your bottom arm as a pillow. Press yourself up to a seat, spine nice and tall. Hands at heart center. We'll end with one more big breath together. Inhale. Open the mouth. The love and light inside of me honors the love and light inside of each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for sharing your Wednesday with me. Namaste. Awesome. Great job.